When planning task-based sequences, we follow 4 different steps. The first step is the identification of the topic or text from which we want to depart. Either topic or text will establish an adequate contextual frame for the tasks and, in consequence, the language that is going to be used during the class. So, whenever we start with a topic, we think of the topic as the contextual situation in which language will appear as a result of the linguistic activity required by the task. In contrast, when we depart from a text, the text provides this contextual frame and lends itself for specific tasks to be developed. Once we have decided on the topic or text, we pass on to the next stage, which is the actual development of tasks. We will see in the next slide that the task development consists of 3 different stages. Then we will think of the preparation tasks that are necessary for these tasks, these main tasks. What I mean to say by this is that we develop main tasks first, and then we develop the preparation tasks so as for the sequence to be smooth and so as for children to be able to follow what comes next with no difficulty. What we want to do through this is to guarantee that the demand of the task is supported by the task sequence that we generate. When a task sequence is adequate, children feel that the class progresses smoothly, with no difficulties in between. The last stage, which is a very important one, is the stage at which we decide on what language to focus on, that is, what linguistic forms we will be working overtly with children, that is, through specific metalinguistic analysis. Depending on the age group, the linguistic analysis will differ. Older children are likely to be able to derive rules, whereas younger children will certainly have tasks in which they are unconsciously being drawn into noticing a specific linguistic form. So the main concept that we can derive from what we have said is that any task-based lesson will involve a sequence of tasks consisting of preparation or priming stage tasks, target tasks, and focus on form tasks. Priming tasks or preparation tasks are tasks in which the teacher helps the students focus on the topic and engage their own knowledge into the task that they have ahead. This is namely done by the presentation of vocabulary very often, or an anticipation of the context in which the task will progress, and so on. Preparation tasks offer as great motivators. They activate students and place them into action. In contrast, a target task requests real-world language use. That is, students will be doing something with language that they would do in a real-world situation. During the focus on form, students reflect on the language that they have experienced in context, and depending on their age, they try to derive the rule, how language is used, according to linguistic rules. This is a very important moment because it's the metalinguistic moment that provides learners with the tools to keep analyzing and studying language for life. Through focus on form, students become good users of English, but they also become good learners of English. Let us now pass on to an example. Analyze the following section from World Explorers 1 class book. Try to identify the 3 stages of a lesson as they appear in the sequence of tasks. Are they all tasks? As you might have noticed, the unit follows a task-based sequence. There is a preparation, that is a priming set of tasks, then a core task, which we can find in the reading in exercise 3, and a focus on form that comes in exercise 4. In all cases, we are thinking of a task-based sequence, even though the first activity, listen and repeat, doesn't look like a task. We will see in future lessons that in some sequences, teachers tend to include tasks which follow a traditional approach, that is, exercises. We will analyze different theoretical perspectives, and we will see that some theorists favor an approach in which traditional work is kept while tasks are introduced. Let us now pass on to another task. Let's watch the video of a lesson for 9-year-old children. What task types can you identify in the lesson? What part of the lesson is it? Is it the preparation, the priming tasks section, or the focus on form? Is the class focused on a topic or a text? How do you know?